Hello everyone, my name is Anna Marie Nieves and you're watching Taz News. This week I'm going to be talking about how people treat each other over social media and whether or not technology is actually helping or hurting us. First, I'm going to talk about Facebook and Twitter. Of all the social media that we have been involved in today, it has been revealed that the most popular venue for harassment, stalking, and other abuse has been Facebook. There are many different types of harassment that take place on Facebook, but as shown on this chart, the top 3 most common types are abusive statements, threats to reputation, and sexist statements. Noting that most of the people who are attacked on Facebook tend to be women, it makes sense as to why sexist statements are listed as one of the top 3. Unfortunately, Facebook is not the only place where women are harassed. They are also harassed on Twitter as well. Take, for example, Zelda Williams, who was harassed right after the death of her father. This happens to many women constantly on social media. But looking at Facebook and Twitter separately, I would have to say that Facebook seems to have more harassment than Twitter. Now, the reason I say that is because by looking at the statistics in this chart, there seems to be more people on Facebook than on Twitter. Now, that may change, but it also shows that in comparison to other forms of social media, Facebook seems to be the worst at it. Plus, recently Twitter teamed up with WAM to step up their game when it comes to reporting harassment and stuff like that. The new reporting tool asks questions like whether they're being harassed by a single person or multiple persons, and if the harassment also takes place on other platforms. Not only that, but the tool also asks people to identify the type of harassment they are experiencing, like threats, hate speech, impersonation, etc. So based off the information that I have gathered, I concluded that Twitter actually doesn't have as much harassment as Facebook does, and that needs to be dealt with and brought attention to. Next, I want to talk about technology. Is it helping or hurting us? Honestly, people have invented some pretty amazing stuff in the past, but some of these stuff that I've recently seen is kind of over the top. Take, for example, the FM radio toaster. Why would you need something like that? What purpose does that serve? I mean, I guess if people are too lazy to turn on the radio, they can easily switch it on while they make toast. But how do you not get confused by the buttons? Like you're over there trying to seek channels and then you realize you charcoaled your toast. That's inventive. Or how about the rear view LCD screen? Sure, make up more ways to get people distracted while you drive. Why in the world would you even need that for? You'll be sitting there looking at scenery or something that you have on your screen, and then you end up getting into wreck because you weren't using the rearview mirror like it was intended. How about the sink toilet? Is that even a thing? Literally, the sink is connected to the toilet and like saves water by pressing a button and recycles the sink water to you and uses it to flush the toilet. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Okay, this as seen on TV hat already has me skeptical. You're supposed to be able to stick your phone at like the end of this long brimmed hat for video viewing. My question is, do they expect you to be able to walk around town like that? Like, I can see somebody now, they have their video in their little brims, watching whatever it is they're watching, laughing out loud, and they attempt to cross the road and they're not paying attention. Number one, you can't even see because the way, it's like one of those things for horses that like blocks out your vision. Like, I can see something happening with that. And last but not least, the remote wrangler. Literally, it's a wrap that you use to attach remotes to your face so you won't lose them. And if that isn't soothing enough, you also have an added face massager. Well, that's all. Next week I'll be talking about Tumblr versus Instagram. But until then, I'll see you next time.